So free space.
No.
And now for our feature presentation.
Alright everybody, welcome to our 10th episode of GEDIO, in which this time around, for today, we're going to be doing Jeopardy for the Sega Genesis. Ow! Sega Genesis. And the one who just gave me a redneck spanking was Jay York, but we also have Steve Klebrowski here. Boo!
Jeopardy!
Here we go. Taking on Jody and Pete. Here we go.
Here are the categories.
Actors and roles, historic names, classical music, food, the 20th century, and finally, science. Alright. I'd like to start things off by going to actors and roles for 100, please. Karen Valentine, Sandra Dee, Sally Field, and Karen Richmond have all played this girl midget. Who is Gidget?
You are correct.
I'd like to go to actors and roles for 200. Cary Grant played the Mock Turtle in this 1933 fantasy film classic. What is Alice in Wonderland?
You are correct.
Alright, I'll go to actors and roles for 300. He was Lindbergh going to Paris and Mr. Smith going to Washington. Who is, Jimmy Stewart? James Stewart. Let's just say Jimmy Stewart.
You are correct.
I'll have actors and roles for 400. Character played by both Diana Ross and Judy Garland in separate movie musicals. Who is Dorothy?
You are correct.
Actors and roles for 500, please. He played Waldo's Uncle Quincy in cartoons and James Dean's dad in Rebel Without a Cause. Who is, Jim Backus?
You are correct.
Well done in that category, $1,500. Next category, historic names for 100. Lionel Barrymore, Christopher Lee, and Tom Baker have all played this mad monk on film. Pete buzzes in. But he doesn't know.
No, the correct response.
Rasputin. Rasputin. Okay. I'll go with historic names for 200. Empress Sophie the Great didn't sound right, so she changed her name to this in 1762. What is Sophia?
Sign.
What? Oh. I know who it is. Jody. Catherine, yeah. Catherine.
You are correct.
It's okay. Science for 100. Everybody talks about it. A meteorologist studies it. What is weather? What is the weather?
You are correct.
I'd like to have science for 200. Animals with a constant blood temperature are called this. Jody. What is warm-blooded? Yes.
You are correct.
Okay. Science 300. Common name for ethylene glycol. It's used in cars in winter. What is antifreeze? Crap. Can't type today. There we go.
You are correct.
I'd like to have science for 400. Process by which plants make both food and oxygen. What is photosynthesis?
You are correct.
Yep. I'll have science for 500. Name given to the temperature negative 273.15 degrees Celsius. What is absolute zero?
You are correct.
Okay. So I have 2,600 now. I'll go back to historic names, and I'd like it for 300, please. The Lady with the Lamp. Who is Florence Nightingale?
You are correct.
I'll have historic names for 400. This great violin maker's first name was Antonio, and his last name didn't originally end in U.S., in us. Looks like my mom's home. Hi! Welcome home.
Sign.
And Pete got it wrong.
You failed.
I just walked in the door. Sorry about that. Oh, Stradivari.
You are correct.
So Jody got that one right. She doubles her money. Now where to, Jody? Classical music 100. She found the daily double. And I know she's going to wager 500, so let's just see her wager 500. Schubert's Incomplete Orchestral Sonata. What is the Unfinished Symphony?
You are correct.
Which I actually knew that one. But that's okay. It wasn't my turn. Classical music 200. Musical accessory whose parts are the stick, head, hair, frog, and screw. What is a violin bow?
You are correct.
Alright, I'll have classical music for 300. Inspired by paintings, Mussorgsky composed pictures at one of these. Not sure about this one. Pete. Pete,
Sorry?
you know you're supposed to give the right answers, not the wrong answers, you dum-dum.
You failed.
Miserably. Pictures at one of these. Jody. And exhibit. Exhibition.
You are correct.
Exhibition. Not an exhibit. Where to now, Jody? Classical music 400. Considered the greatest violinist of all time, he could play a whole piece on one string. I'm gonna take a guess. And say who was Antonio Vivaldi?
Sorry?
No.
Vivaldi.
Wasn't Vivaldi. I can think of that other person's name who the right answer is, but it's just not coming to mind right away. Jody. Oh, well, she doesn't know.
Sorry?
At least I'm trying, unlike the dum-dum on the far right. Pete. Oh, he got it. Oh, Paganini.
You are correct.
Paganini. I just could not remember the name. Classical Music 500. Sacred Opera. Sacred Opera. Oh, thank you!
Sorry?
Jody fails again.
You failed.
Miserably. Looks like I have a $2,000 lead over her right now. Now, I don't know the answer, so I'm not going to make a dum-dum of myself. Pete? Oh, Oratorio.
You are correct.
Oratorio. Okay. Historic names 500. His dime novels made Buffalo Bill legendary. Okay, who's messaging me? Alright. Oh, Ned Buntline.
You are correct.
Nick's messaging me, but I'll add him as soon as I get the next correct response. Okay. Food for 100. Risotto is a popular Italian dish that features this grain cooked in broth. What is rice?
You are correct.
Okay. Let me go ahead and message Nick real fast, and I'll tell him I'll add him in a bit.
Okay.
Because I'm on the American Bandstand. Let me go ahead and add him to the call. Nixter. In a little bit. Alright. So, he can come in whenever he wants to. Now it's my turn to select. I have officially lost it with food for 200. A frittata is an open-faced variety of this. What is an omelette?
You are correct.
I have officially lost it with food for 300. Greek salads are usually distinguished by this cheese. What is feta?
You are correct.
I have officially lost it with food for 400. A very large, firm, meaty tomato, often served with onion slices in an oil and vinegar dressing. What is beefsteak?
You are correct.
And I have officially lost it with food for 500. From the Greek word for leaf, these leaf-like sheets of pastry are used to make baklava. I don't know. But Pete knows. It's Philo.
You are correct.
So he has $600. Where to now? 20th century 100. In 1950, its command in Korea included the U.S. 8th Army and the Republic of Korea Army. Oh. Oh, what is it called? We learned about this in history a couple of years ago. The United Nations. Oh, yeah.
You are correct.
Okay, 200. Albania declared itself independent of this empire in November 1912. What is the Ottoman?
You are correct.
300. In June 1947, 90 tons of food were sent to war-ravaged Italy by this Argentine president. Who is Juan Perón?
You are correct.
400. Born in a Tennessee log cabin, Cordell Hull held this cabinet post from 1933 to 44. Jody buzzes in. Secretary of State. That's right.
You are correct.
Last clue, before we go to Double Jeopardy. In 1927, the Supreme Court ruled the lease of these Wyoming oil reserves fraudulent. What is Teapot Dome?
You are correct.
So at the end of the Jeopardy round, I'm at 4,700, Jody 1,700, Pete 600. As we get ready to start playing,
Double Jeopardy.
2 daily doubles on the board, and dollar values doubled in 6 brand new categories.
Here are the categories.
Kids books, alphabet soup, world politics, U.S. states, bridges, and finally, psychology.
Yep.
All right. Looks like I'll start things off. Kids books for 200, please. Walter Farley series about an ebony equine. What is Black Beauty?
You are correct.
Okay, kids books for 400. Pen name for Theodore Geisel. Where's Dr. Seuss? He's the one.
You are correct.
Kids books for 600. Reading his saga could become a hobbit. Who's J.R.R. Tolkien? And this time I can get away with saying saga because that word is part of the clue.
Yep.
But if I say that word alongside Genesis, then I can't get away with it.
You are correct.
Okay, there we go. I'll take kids books for 800. She's Carolyn Keene's sleuthing teen. Who's Nancy Drew?
You are correct.
Nancy Drew, she's the one. And kids books for 1,000. She blossomed into adult literature with Wifey in 1978. Who is Judy Blume? And once again, well done in that category.
You are correct.
Here we go.
Let's go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have alphabet soup for 200. This candy, introduced in the U.S. in 1940, was available in London for the first time in 1988. What are M&M's?
You are correct.
I'll have alphabet soup for 400. William Paley established this company in 1928. What is CBS?
You are correct.
Alphabet soup for 600. Despite what the three letters stand for, this Ford model has been around for over 20 years. What is LTD?
You are correct.
Alright. Alphabet soup for 800. The first person singular pronoun in the nominative case. What is I?
You are correct.
An alphabet soup for 1,000. Three-letter abbreviation of the Latin phrase meaning which was to be demonstrated. Pete. What is QED?
You are correct.
Good for 1,000. Okay. U.S. states for 200. State that's completely surrounded by water. What is Hawaii?
You are correct.
U.S. states for 400. The Wolverine state, in 1847, it became the first to abolish capital punishment. What is Michigan? Home state of David Downs, of course.
You are correct.
$10,300. U.S. states for 600. This region, originally called Indian Territory, now has no federal reservations. What is Oklahoma?
You are correct.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take U.S. states for 800. This western neighbor of Tennessee and Mississippi has the only diamond field in the U.S. What is Arkansas?
You are correct.
Alright. I'll close out the category. Daily double. How much do I have? 11,700. You know what? I'll bet the farm.
Bet the farm.
Midwest state whose native sons include Marlon Brando, Nick Nolte, and Henry Fonda. Oh, am I glad I did it. What is Nebraska?
You are correct.
$23,400. Hello. Okay. Psychology for 200. A bad one is biting your fingernails. A good one is calling mom once a week. What is a habit? Crap. Can't type today.
You are correct.
Psychology for 400. Alright, the other daily double. Where I was hoping it would be in that category. And once again, Jay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to bet the farm.
Bet the farm.
Here we go. This type of trait is the opposite of a dominant one. What is recessive?
You are correct.
$47,200. Psychology 600. One who suffers from periods of depression alternating with periods of extreme excitement. Oh. Pete rings in, but he doesn't
Sorry.
know. Zoopa Roopa, you got Pika Roopad. Finders, keepers, losers, Buzz. It's a manic depressant. Okay. No, manic depressive. Excuse
You are
me. Manic
correct.
depressive. Sorry. Psychology 800. The common name for somnambulism. What is sleepwalking? If I keep going at this rate, Jay, and I do well in Final Jeopardy, I could have $100,000 sitting in front of me.
You are correct.
Because right now I have $48,000. I'll close out the category. The ego resolves conflicts between this and the superego. What is the id? ID.
You are correct.
$49,000 at this point. I'll go to bridges for 200.
For 200.
To share in the toll income from the Bosporus Bridge, you can buy bonds issued by this country. What is Turkey?
You are correct.
Yep. Bridges for 400. Playwright who, in 1955, described a view from the bridge. I'm gonna try this one. Who is Tennessee Williams? Pretty sure that's who it was. If not, then I think I might know who else. Who is he? Tennessee Williams?
Sorry?
No, I think I know who it is now. I'm willing to bet it's Eugene O'Neill. Jody. No, it's Arthur Miller.
You are correct.
It's Arthur Miller, so all my hunches were wrong. Let's keep it going. World Politics 200. Chiang Kai-shek's son now rules this country. What is China?
Sorry?
It's not China. Pete? Oh, Taiwan.
You are correct.
I had to go into the South China Sea to say Taiwan. 400. While Outer Mongolia is a separate nation, Inner Mongolia belongs to this country. What is Russia? Can't be. Or maybe it's China. No, I'm going to change my mind and say what is China.
You are correct.
There we go. I'm glad I did. Phew. World Politics for 600. Spain recently ended its blockade of this last remaining colony in Europe. What is the colony of Corey Lawrence?
That is incorrect.
The right answer is Gibraltar.
You are correct.
Like the
Gibraltar.
Rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah, that's right. Jody got it right. Okay. World Politics 800. No nation in history has come as far as fast, this country says of itself in its ads. Oh, I think I know this. I think I know. Oh, well,
Sorry?
Pete doesn't know. I have a hunch. But I don't want to risk it. Jody. Oh, Saudi Arabia. Okay, that was not my guess.
You are correct.
My guess was actually Northern Ireland. Or Ireland itself, but no. World Politics 1000. New Caledonia, with 25% of the world's nickel supply, revolted against this country. New Caledonia. Oh, where is New Caledonia? Oh, it's in France.
You are correct.
France. Okay. 3 clues left. 3 bridges link this New York City borough with New Jersey, while only one connects it with the rest of the city. I think I know know. I think I know. Ah, well.
Sorry.
Pete doesn't know. I have a hunch. Oh, well.
Sorry.
Jody doesn't know. I think I want to ring in. I'm tempted to. So I'm going to. Because I have a really strong hunch. I'm going to say... Manhattan?
Sorry.
No. Was it Queens?
No, the correct response.
Staten Island. I was wrong either way. 2 clues left. After a revolution, this country's Salazar Bridge was renamed Ponte de 25 de Abril. What is... Ponte 25 de Abril. What is Spain?
Sorry.
No. So I'm not going to be sitting with $100,000 this game, unfortunately. Oh well.
It's
Not,
okay.
not worried about it. I'm still going to walk away with a huge amount nonetheless. Ah, well.
Sorry.
Jody doesn't know. Oh, Portugal.
You are correct.
In the right continent, but I was in the wrong country. That's okay. You're right. Last clue. The 3 longest bridges of this unusual type in the U.S. are all in the state of Washington. What is floating?
You are
So at
correct.
the end of the double Jeopardy round, I'm at 48,600. Jody, 2,700. Pete, 1,600. Let's go to the final Jeopardy category. Fashion. Pete? Oh, I know this one.
Now should you risk?
I'm gonna go all of it. French for fine sewing. It refers to high fashion. What is haute couture?
No, the correct response.
I got it right. I got it right.
R-I-G-H-T.
Jody got it wrong and she lost everything but 100. While I win the game with $97,200. So that'll wrap it up for today's episode of GEDIO, Game Every Day in October. We'll see y'all for the next episode tomorrow. Catch you then, folks.